1923 Season 2 sets up the salvation of a terrible character, one who is even worse than Banner Creighton or Donald Whitfield. The Yellowstone series adopted terrifying and divisive antagonists in 1923. We know they won't be successful, but most still want to seize the Duttons' land. In the first season of 1923, Whitfield is interested in the minerals on the Yellowstone ranch. After learning that his Norwegian workers are skiing down the mountainside in Season 2, he devises a new business plan. But nothing the Duttons encounter in Montana is as terrible as the monsters pursuing Tiana Rainwater. After escaping an abusive boarding school in North Dakota, Tiana is on the run from Marshall Kent and Father Renault in 1923 Season 2. The men have tormented various indigenous American groups in their search for Tiana, even though they haven't met her yet in Season 2. However, a crucial distinction between the predators is depicted in a dialogue between the fixated males in Episode 2. Unbelievably, the conversation between Marshall Kent and Father Renault paves the way for the former's salvation. In Episode 2, Renault and Kent are attacked by a band of teenage Comanche warriors while they are sleeping. With the Marshals' deft gunslinging, Renault and Kent fight back. Renault, however, is reluctant to use a weapon against their assailants, assuring Kent that he is a man of God and that killing isn't morally acceptable. Given that the father killed one of his students in Season 1, the remark was unexpected. Renault and Kent's pre-attack talk in 1923 Season 2, Episode 2, demonstrates their fundamental differences. According to Renault, Indigenous Americans ought to be granted equal rights in exchange for their assimilation. It becomes clear from the discussion that Renault is not really interested in race and instead considers if a group of people has accepted their evolution. However, Kent's treatment of Mamie Fawcett, Jennifer Carpenter, and his implication that he doesn't believe Tiana and others like her deserve citizenship demonstrate his simple bigotry. Father Renault had an opportunity to think after noticing the disparities in ideas. Tiana attended a Catholic church-sponsored boarding school managed by Father Renault. According to the real Indian boarding schools run by the government or the church at the time, Renault's goal is to integrate his students into civilized society. The most notorious of these boarding schools had the catchphrase, "Kill the Indian, save the man." To save indigenous American children, the schools sought to deprive them of their culture. Because he has committed himself to that objective, Renault is obsessed with Tiana, allowing it to keep him from upholding the attitude of acceptance and love that characterizes his religion. Father Renault becomes more aware of Kent's prejudiced practices the more time the priest spends with the marshal. Renault and Kent are different in that the father sincerely thinks he is acting morally. However, Kent has shown himself to be blatantly bigoted and racist, using religion to defend his behavior and win pardon. Renault might change his mind about his preconceived notions after the events of 1923 Season 2, and he might even redeem himself by allowing Tiana to go free after acknowledging that he has also been unkind and unfairly prejudiced. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.